As most of you will know by now, my goal is to simplify this health and fat loss expedition of yours. But again, we mustn't confuse simple with easy. When I say I'm simplifying the concept of fat loss for you, all it essentially means is I'm making it a lot less complicated. Why, you ask? Because when it's less complicated, it seems much more doable because it's not like all these 50 million things running through your head. Because we all know the moment you start thinking there's a perfect time for this and there's a perfect exercise for this and there's the perfect amount of carbohydrates, you just start questioning yourself and you just start second guessing everything you do. And when you're second guessing the things, that's often where you just stop doing it because you're like, well, I don't know if I'm doing it correct anyway, so what's the point of doing this? So in this video, I'm going to simplify it for you even more. If you're serious about creating healthier habits, creating a healthier lifestyle and losing some fat in the process, these are the things that I want you to get out of your mind with immediate effect. Number one, quick fixes or fad diets. They don't work. You know that, I know that. Short term, they work. Long term, they're not going to work. Ask yourself, how many times have you lost those 10 kilograms and regained them? Lost them, regained them. So scrap that idea of fad diets or quick fixes. Apple cider vinegar, lemon water, things like that are not magical for fat loss. Cellulite creams, targeting specific areas on your body for fat loss. Coffee enemas. I mean, do you even know what a coffee enema is? You need to... Fat loss gummies. The list goes on and on and on. None of that nonsense is going to work long term for you when it comes to you creating a healthier lifestyle and losing some fat. Now let's have a look at a couple of things that you can start doing when it comes to your food choices on your health and fat loss expedition. Number one, and I've said this multiple times before, start eating 3 meals per day. Your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner. And eat those meals at more or less the same time every single day. Now, don't overthink it. Don't be like, oh my goodness, what must I have for breakfast? What time must I have breakfast? Is this the right time to have breakfast? Create a meal frequency that works for you. There are so many options when it comes to breakfast. For example, plain yogurt, fruits. Or you can have something like eggs and avo on toast, oats and a banana and some berries. Bran flakes and yogurt, bran flakes and milk, scrambled eggs on toast. Last night's leftovers can even be had for breakfast. Figure out what works for you and implement that on rotation into your plan. So that's number one, 3 meals per day and a solid meal frequency of having those meals more or less the same time. Number two, add protein to your meals. And if you're just starting out, don't overthink the exact amount of protein or the best protein. If you're currently not eating a lot of protein, just actively start looking at increasing that protein with the meals. I have things like lean ground beef, chicken, fish, crunchy sprout mix, things like boiled eggs, cans of tuna, shredded chicken breasts, legumes, and so many more different food choices out there that can increase your protein. Again, it's about not overthinking it. And that's where logging your foods in the beginning really is fundamental and so beneficial because you'll be able to learn about the different proteins and their calories and their protein content. Then you can make more calculated choices as you move forward. So number one, a solid meal frequency of 3 meals per day. Create consistency with that. Within those meals, look at increasing your protein intake. Again, don't overthink it. If you're just starting out, just have a look where you can possibly add a little bit more protein within those meals. And then number three, this has become one of my favorites. Increase your fiber intake. Not only is it super beneficial for health reasons, but increasing your fiber with your meals that you're having every single day is really going to help keep you full as well. Again, don't overthink it. Fruits, veggies, nuts, legumes, whole grains, all of the things like that contain a lot of fiber and will add to your fiber intake per day. Sweet potato, green beans, chia seeds, more veggies, your mixed sprouts, sprinkle them on top of a salad, your different fruits. And it doesn't stop there. There's just, the world is your oyster when it comes to looking to increase your fiber. And why I love fiber so much is because you can get a lot of bang for your calorie buck when you're eating a lot more veggies. And that's really going to help keep you full for a longer period of time. So between those meals that you're having every single day. Now, if you look at it, number one, 3 meals per day with the increased protein and an increased level of fiber, that is the secret recipe to adherence that you've been looking for. It's not fat loss gummies. It's creating consistency in everything that I have just discussed in this video. Like you can really bulk those meals up with a lot of veggies. And to increase your protein, you can look at adding some Greek yogurt with a little bit of fruit or even some seeds or nuts. So you're getting protein and you're getting fiber. And I can tell you now, the reason why this isn't been implemented as it should be is because everyone thinks there's some magical quick fix and that can't be that simple. Again, don't confuse simple with easy. But it really is about creating a solid meal frequency for yourself, regulating those appetite hormones, and then increasing the food volume through lower calorie food items, such as your veggies, and then having some protein to go with that. And then if we're moving away from the food and nutrition side of things, what it's about is about finding a comfortable pair of walking shoes, putting those walking shoes on and increasing your movement a little bit every single day or week upon week or bi-weekly for that matter. And if you can't get outside to go and do a longer walk, can you then potentially look at doing something inside? If you have some weights lying around the house, can you potentially look at adding a 10-minute weighted workout from the comfort of your own home? Maybe you can put something on YouTube and you can dance along to something on YouTube. And just set a goal for yourself to move a little bit more on a consistent basis. The moment you start simplifying it, the moment you start seeing it for what it is, that's the moment the execution starts seeming more doable. Because now you're removing things like the best time or the best exercise or the optimal macronutrient splits and all these other bloody rules that are floating around. And essentially what you're doing is you're creating a plan for yourself, by yourself, that you can adhere to. And what is more sustainable than that? I mean, even me, I don't know. So if you can start implementing everything I've discussed in this video, starting from where you are currently at. If you're not eating any veggies at the moment, just look at having veggies with one of your meals every single day. If you're not eating any protein at the moment, look at having maybe a protein snack or protein with one of your meals. Then you gradually build on it. If you're not moving at all, can you potentially go for a 5-minute walk? The problem with health and fat loss is everyone wants to go from 0 to hero in a matter of 5 days. But the truth of the matter is it's going to take time. So if you start with just doing the basics and the very small things, that is 100% fine. And that's actually what's going to set solid foundations for you for the rest of your life when it comes to healthy habits.